everybody, it's Alexia from amysticspath, back to bring you guys some more clarity. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this month's tarot scopes for my Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars people. Now, before I get started, I want to say that if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss any more monthly, weekly guidance, messages from Spirit, or pick a card readings. Now, let's see what it is that the month of May has in store, / what do my Libra people need to know / be aware of during the month of May. All right, so we have the cards of Pluto, Air, Virgo, and Sextile, all right, which is showing the energy of tension and flow. When looking at this Sextile card is what popped up. And we have the energy of transformation, all right, and regeneration within, I feel like, the mental state for my Libra people. And that there's this need and this energy that's ingrained of like practicality and paying attention to detail. I feel like for some people there may be some traits and some things that that they may be toxic or they may be harmful or not helpful that you are starting to see and transform this month, as well as things. And it doesn't mean that they, like, if they're not helpful, it doesn't mean that they're necessarily bad. It may just be like sad energy, things like that, that there's things that that need to change for the better mentally, that is changing and being brought attention to so growth can happen for my Libra people. Yep. We have the energy of a burst of magic. So this is almost the energy of like something coming in, excuse me, or, like a realization of some sort, because we have awakening genius, quieting the mind, and seeing beyond. So we're really looking past things for almost, I feel like, what it is that they are and what it is that they need to, turn into. That there's this energy of really quieting the self, quieting the mind, being meditative. And when you put 3 + 2 together, that equals 5. And I'm always looking at the numerology of things, of what things simplify to, for that core vibration of the element as well, or like that energy. But I feel like that there is this awakening that's happening within the mental state, that you're kind of going within and you're seeing things that you may not have seen before, because it's time to see them now. Yep, and we have skywriting the fate. All right. And then we also have fallen angel, spiritual narcolepsy, dream thief, refusal to the call, feast of plenty, and fortune's wheel. So I feel like things are changing for you per your realization. And there may be even something that you are neglecting. It may be connection with spirit, because we have this spiritual narcolepsy card, or it may be ignoring spirit because they're asking you to do something that you are not necessarily in line or in conjunction with. But I feel like, and that may be why some of the things are going the way that they are for you, because there is consequences in their actions. There may be feel like opportunities are being missed because there's things that you're not doing or you're not listening to, and that will be brought to your attention this month. And that this energy is present, but there's also the energy of change and getting back to almost integrity of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So it's like this tense moment that comes up that shows you like what it is that you haven't been seeing yourself. And I feel like that this is very personal within yourself, of either your dreams or your own personal traits of what it is that you do. I feel like some people are having some reality checks. Like, I did not know that I was doing these type of things, or I was this type of person type of energy, that you're kind of realizing that there's things and attributes that need to change for some of us. We have the Empress card, all right? And when I'm looking at this Empress card, she's kind of just sitting, she's kind of resting, and she's relaxing, but she's focused on something. She's internalizing something. She is kind of picking apart something. And I feel like within this, there's the message of rest and relaxation, peering into things, and also kind of working things together. We have the 9 of Staves and the 5 of Staves, which is kind of focusing and sitting. All right, this is where I'm at. I'm not at the finish line yet. And the 5 of Staves is kind of coming together to put things together where there may have been tension, and I kind of feel like, or seeing these pieces where you're like kind of grabbing them and like kind of clicking them together like quickly out of frustration. There's also this energy of like peering into, almost like if you were looking at like a pensier, if you've seen Harry Potter or watched Harry Potter at all, there's these pensiers that show you these images and memories to get you to understand or see the exact actual truth of the situation, and not how our memories have conflicted and changed in an emotional manner, in an emotional way. All right, I see a really like fast energy of seeing things for what it is that they are, and looking at to see things for what they are, to make changes that need to be changed. That's why the universe is working in this manner, in this way. All right. And there it is. Yes. This is the card that I was literally seeing when I was looking at this other 5 of Staves, of just kind of like aggressively putting things in their space, like almost like Lincoln Logs. All right. But here we have the 2 of Swords. All right. And it's backed by the Justice card, which is really enforcing the energy of balance and not making hasty decisions. Normally when we're seeing the 2 of Swords, that we're thinking that we're stagnant and not moving. But within this, especially backed by Justice, which Libra rules, is the balancing of the scales. And we see these 2 swords up here that are in a balanced fashion, that we're not making indecisive decisions, okay, before we are balanced. And that's what this is. The Knight of Swords is intently focused on putting things together in a way that brings clarity. All right, that brings almost this line of vision of where it is that you can go, because the Knight of Swords kind of wants to charge forward, but there's these blocks that need to kind of be like where all of these might be in your way. They need to be put into like and make a doorway, right? To make a doorway so the Knight of Swords can get through, because the Knight of Swords can't get through if there is these things that are blocking that he doesn't see. It's almost like an invisible barrier. And we have Capricorn, which is getting down to the very, very, very bottom level, the very structures of things, all right? A new foundation. Yep, and Yang energy that's coming through, that you're trying to push forward towards where it is that you're trying to go, and where you're destined to go. But House 8 is popping up. What rules House 8? Scorpio. What rules Scorpio? Pluto does, okay? So this means that you want to push forward, but there's transformation that has to happen first, okay? Literally, transformation. Literally, transformation. And if I'm being honest, karma's popping up here, and what is Feast of Plenty ruling? Consequences in their action, karma. Yes, so there's this energy of wanting to be pushing forward and charging forward towards your destiny, but there's transformation that needs to happen at the very base, at the very core, that there's some things that you need to be awakened to. And I really feel like that this may be traits that you are doing, or like, and it's not necessarily, it may be toxic, it may not be toxic, it may be some other version of, like something that gets in your way, whatever the case may be. All right. that there's something that needs to be looked at, that needs to be removed, that the energy needs to be reworked, it needs to be transmutated into something else before moving forward on the next step of your destiny. And this month is where you are awakened to what that is and what it is that you need to kind of change that is blocking you from moving forward, what needs transformation. And this is something that is happening within your mental state. Okay, again, that's happening in your mental state, that this attention is going to be brought to. And not only are you going to have attention to detail of what that is, or what that transformation is mentally, will you be aware of that? You will be working and nurturing and tending to that for your own growth. So I'm surprised that I'm not seeing the Hermit card, because I feel like you are going to be working closely with yourself while you kind of get through this transformation and you get through this almost this awakening. It's almost a newer or a higher level of your ascension in your awakening. And there's almost, to get to this ascension, to get to this awakening, to be able to get to the next level of where it is that you're going within your life, to not feel stuck, rooted, or blocked, or just stuck in the mud, or that you're like trudging and you're getting ahead but not getting ahead how you want to. That there's some things that you really need to look at, and I feel like this is coming within from within yourself. And again, it may not be toxic in a way that we would normally seem toxic, but it may be like a sad energy, it may be a depressive energy, it may be an elusive energy, whatever the case may be, that you're being awakened to that, and to be able to work through that, transform that, and move forward. Now, this is what I'm seeing for my Libra sun, moon, and risings, as well as Mars placements. If you feel like you need a reading specifically for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to work with you. Everybody have a great day. Mwah.